Another fruitful day for Hong Kong in the national games as swimmer Ian Ho bags the city's 7th gold in men's 50 meters freestyle. Cycling duo Ceci Lee and Chloe Leung also clinches gold in the women's Madison track event. And Beijing warns students in Japan of safety risks as tensions rise. Good evening, you're watching Cable News. I'm Jeremy Chu. Fresh victory from the national games as Hong Kong swimmer Ian Ho won gold in men's 50 meters freestyle, the city's 7th gold in this year's games. Jamie Liu reports.
Advancing to final yesterday, Ho was back to the pool as he aimed to achieve a better result. Beginning with a reaction time of 0.59 seconds, the 28-year-old in lane 5 returned for his specialty after bowing out of the 100 meters freestyle. He finished first and clocked at 21.71 seconds, shattering the Hong Kong record held by himself by 0.11 seconds.
To still be going best times, it's encouraging for me, and it just goes to show my training and my coaching and my support system. I really can't thank them enough.
Jamie Liu, Cable News.
Hong Kong cycling duo Ceci Lee and Chloe Leung claimed gold in the National Games women's Madison track event. Jamie Liu again wraps up the action.
Ceci Lee and Chloe Leung in sky blue suits competed against 12 other teams in the Hong Kong Velodrome. In the relay race, the pair took turn to complete 120 laps or 30 kilometers while trying to gain the most points. They tagged in by propelling each other into speed using a handsling, a signature movement of the race. Points were awarded in intermediate sprints every 10 laps, but only the first 4 teams to finish could earn them. From the spectator stand, SL head coach Hervé de Gon gave instructions to Lee and Leung. Team Hong Kong picked up points in 9 out of 12 sprints. They even got the highest 5 points by finishing first in the 6th and 7th sprints. Lee then gained a huge advantage for the home team by lapping everyone to earn a 20-point bonus. In the final lap, sprint points are doubled and potentially game-changing. Although Lee and Leung did not score, they still won with the highest 45 points. Sichuan came in second and Beijing was third. The Madison win marked Lee's 2nd gold medal in this year's games, having won gold in the road cycling event. The victory was especially emotional for Leung, as she had considered retiring at the previous national games in Shanxi. Despite pre-race nerves, the 29-year-old reflected that the gold medal justified her dedication over the past 4 years.
I'm happy for them, because they did a great race. You have seen, it was a big fight. They were perfect, on every side.
The coach expressed confidence in Lee claiming another gold in the women's Omnium event next Monday. Jamie Liu, Cable News.
Hong Kong's triathlon team made history by finishing 2nd and clinching a silver medal in the National Games mixed relay event. Leung reports.
Starting off in Victoria Harbour, 16 teams, each comprising 2 women and 2 men taking alternate order, started with a 300-meter swim. Hong Kong's Kate Wright was among the lead group to emerge from the water. Having narrowly missed out on a medal in Saturday's individual event, she stated this has given her greater confidence to challenge for a medal in the team event. Wright maintained her lead position in the subsequent 6.6-kilometer cycling leg around the central business district. The last part saw a 1.8-kilometer run along the central harbourfront promenade, with Wright finishing first. After taking over the baton, Robert L. kept up with the lead position. Third leg runner Bailey Brown was neck-to-neck with Shandong's Yang Yifan in the opening swimming and cycling parts. but faltered in running, leaving Hong Kong trailing in third place. Oscar Coggins, the final rider to take to the track, mounted a fierce pursuit in the cycling stage and successfully reclaimed first place. However, the individual bronze medalist was overtaken by Shandong's Zhang Xirui into the running stage. Zhang clinched gold for Shandong in 1 hour 24 minutes 5 seconds. Coggins finished 11 seconds later, crossing in second place. This marks the triathlon team's second day on the podium, as well as the team's first ever medal for a National Games relay event. Leung, Cable News.
The city immersed in a genuine and compassionate ambience on Senior Citizens Day, with around 3,800 local merchants in the catering and retail sectors offering various discounts for the elderly, while multiple public transportation services provided free rides. Evelyn Bai has more.
The Peak Tram Central Terminus buzzed with both tourists and senior citizens, as those aged 65 or above with a Joyo car or an elderly octopus car could tap and ride at no cost. This woman said she and her husband would take the tram up and then ride the observation wheel, which is also free.
Very good.
While her husband said he would follow the route his wife arranged, which is very good. This senior said the last time she came here was on last year's Senior Citizens Day because the ticket is too expensive on normal days. Meanwhile, most routes operated by KMB, Leung City Bus, New Lental Bus Company and MTR are free, except for trips to and from the airport, Lowu and Lot Ma Chau. Seniors riding the Star Ferry also enjoy an extended free offer for one companion, and they're reminded not to tap their octopus cars, otherwise they will be charged. Organized by the Social Welfare Department, Senior Citizens Day featured various perks across a spectrum of services, including free cardiovascular health risk assessment and discounted meals. The elderly would be happier if there were discounts, otherwise it does not matter. I have been a customer at this restaurant for decades, said this woman. Apart from transportation and retail outlets, seniors could also enjoy the city's cultural and leisure facilities for free, including the Science Museum and Space Museum, or around 30 public pools managed by the Leisure and Cultural Services Department. Evelyn Bai, Cable News.
Residents living in Taikoo Shing reported finding black specks in their tap water, prompting the Water Supplies Department to collect samples for testing, dispatch water trucks, and repair a broken filter facility believed to be the source of the issue. Videos from residents from Pai Mansion and Po On Mansion showed visible black particles after turning on their taps on Saturday. Upon notification, the WSD sent 2 water trucks to Taikoo Shing for a temporary water supply and set up a service counter to assist residents in flushing water meters and to answer inquiries. After inspection, it was discovered that a damaged filter facility at the estate's public water inlet may have allowed the sediment to enter the estate's public water pipes. The department said they have repaired the damaged filter, strengthened pipe flushing, and collected water samples from affected households for laboratory testing. Past experience suggests the black particles are bitumen, the WSD added. Financial Secretary Paul Chan voiced confidence in the full-year economic performance, citing modest growth in property values, retail sales, and tourist arrivals. He believes these trends will help ease and potentially lower the unemployment rate. Evelyn Bai reports.
Writing on his weekly blog, Chen hailed the third quarter's economic growth of 3.8% year-on-year, or 0.7% quarterly gain, as the best performance in more than 18 months. The finance chief said in the face of external pressures and uncertainties, the city remained a free port, thanks to support from the central government and various sectors, resulting in positive developments in attracting enterprises and investments. Exports of goods rose 11.3% year-on-year in the first 3 quarters, with strong growth in exports to mainland and ASEAN countries, he added. Chen also mentioned the robust stock market, rising property prices and surging inbound tourist visits, which rose 12% year-on-year in the first 10 months of the year. These factors enable the government to revise its full-year GDP growth forecast to 3.2% from the earlier projection of 2% to 3%. Separately, Chen said in a radio program that with continued economic recovery and market stabilization, consumer confidence is expected to grow, which should help ease and even lower the jobless rates, fending off concerns over the rising unemployment rate and the increased use of imported labor. Chen also revealed that the 2026-27 budget is in the process, and the government will interact with industry leaders and other sectors for feedback while conducting internal research to shape its economic blueprint. Evelyn Bai, Cable News.
In a fresh escalation of its diplomatic feud with Japan, Beijing has urged students to reconsider study plans there, following an earlier travel warning. Tokyo reportedly found Beijing's recent response to be out of expectation and raised concerns about potential spillover into economic sanctions. Jamie Liu reports.
Beijing's latest reminder to students echoed that of the travel warning issued late last Friday, citing increased risk of attack on Chinese nationals in Japan, following Japanese Prime Minister Ceci Takaichi's refusal to retract her remarks on Taiwan. The Japanese government said it would calmly assess China's response and urged Beijing to take appropriate measures. Chinese tourists account for a large share of foreign visitors to Japan and rank among the highest spenders. In the first 9 months of this year, nearly 7.5 million Chinese nationals visited Japan, the highest number by country or region, according to official data. Citing government sources, Japan's Kyodo News reported that Beijing's response is beyond what Tokyo had anticipated. An unnamed official warned further deterioration could prompt economic retaliation from China, including possible restrictions on rare earth exports. China's latest criticism of Japan came in an article published in the official newspaper of the People's Liberation Army. The article slammed Japan for blustering about military intervention in the Taiwan Strait, saying wrong moves could only lead to a path of no return. Separately, Kyodo News reported that Takaichi is considering revising Japan's 3 long-standing non-nuclear weapons principles of not possessing, producing, or permitting the introduction of nuclear arms. The report said Takaichi is concerned that the policy could block American nuclear-armed vessels from making port calls in Japan during a contingency, therefore weakening U.S. nuclear deterrence. Jamie Liu, Cable News.
Storm Claudia has battered several European nations, claiming at least 3 lives in Portugal and causing significant flooding in the United Kingdom. In just 12 hours, the storm brought nearly 120 millimeters of rain to southeast Wales. The town of Monmouth was particularly hard hit, with the river bursting its banks, causing severe flooding overnight. Dozens of residents had to be rescued and were evacuated to safety. It is estimated that nearly 700 properties have suffered power cuts. Rail services in Wales and England have also been severely affected, with widespread cancellations and delays. The disruption is expected to continue into Sunday. Earlier, Storm Claudia struck Portugal. The southern tourist region of the Algarve was battered by powerful winds, resulting in multiple casualties. A holiday campsite was destroyed, killing an 85-year-old British woman. The storm also killed an elderly couple in their 80s earlier in suburban Lisbon. Local authorities said the water came into their house overnight and they were not able to escape in time. Protesters in Brazil's Belém have taken to the streets during the United Nations Climate Change Conference COP30, calling on the international community to take decisive action to combat climate change. Thousands of indigenous group members and climate activists marched approximately 4 kilometers towards the conference venue. Some held props bearing slogans like "Stop using fossil fuels," voicing their concerns over the world's reliance on such fuels and issues like rampant deforestation. Protesters also criticized the global community for merely holding meetings and debating climate theories without delivering real solutions, urging nations to take proactive steps and implement effective measures. The conference, which opened last Monday, is focusing on mobilizing wealthy nations to provide $300 billion in annual aid to poorer countries to help them tackle climate change issues. Onto the weather now. Mainly fine, dry during the day. The temperatures will range between 22 and 27 degrees. That's our news tonight. I'm Jeremy Ju. Thanks for watching. Good night.